send another song.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 569. It's Monday, September 23rd, 2013, 12 p.m. Pacific Time. Internet talk radio for your imagination. Mike Matthews broadcasting from the last place on Earth, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, California. Today we hear from Madame Rootabega, Valentino, Bison Bentley, plus we hear part 2 of my Into an interview with Tim Crompton of the British band called The High Wire. Mike's Daily Podcast. And I had to put up with having to do a required Mike's Daily Podcast update to my iPhone because they had the iOS 7 update for me, and it took about 2 hours for it to be done with. Absolutely. And I hope I don't have to go through that again. It seemed like the last update was much more of a friend to me. It didn't require as much time, but this was more of a pain in the butt. Mike's Daily Podcast. And now I have to tell you something that I feel deep down in my gut. Mike's. And that is Daily. I really need to. Podcast. Now that I am going to be divorced and that I am single again, I think it is time, since we only live once, that we shouldn't waste so much time dating the same people that we've dated in the past. In other words, we should, branch out our horizons. No, I don't want to date men, but perhaps maybe I could date someone that wasn't the same race as mine. Well, I mean, she should be part of the human race, but you know what I'm trying to say. Skin color. They've all been the same skin color. All the women I've dated. It's been pretty boring, Mike. It's been a vanilla existence. There's so much out there. I believe Disney put it as it's a whole new world. A whole fantastic point of view. Ooh, I wonder if Jasmine's seeing anybody. Look who just walked in. Hello, Michael Matthews. This is Madame Rootabega. Hi, madam. Michael Matthews, do you realize that Jasmine is a cartoon character? Yeah, I know. You can't date her. I know. Jessica Rabbit is not available either. I understand. Look who else just walked in.
Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino, the parking attendant.
And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that? Guys, did you have any issues with updating your iPhones to the iOS 7?
Yeah, you know what? I had a little issue, but I had it fixed.
Yeah, we had it fixed and we fixed it in the parking lot. Oh no, did you guys put the iPhone on the ground and then drive over it?
Yes, Satori.
Yes, Satori?
Yeah, yes, Satori.
I don't even know what that means. Bison Bentley? I don't even know what that means. Do you know that? That's really saying something. Yeah, I went through the whole process. I think maybe what it was I updated my iTunes first, and then I went to update my phone, and there might have been something, because all of a sudden it's telling me there's a massive error going on, and I have to restore the phone, and like 2 hours later it's finally working, but I'm like, oh great, I just lost everything on my iPhone. Oh, wait a minute, everything I have on my iPhone's on my computer, because that's how Apple does things. They make sure you got it all in your iTunes first before you put it on your phone. I see. Wow, Michael Marshall, did you just unlock the secret of the Apple? Possibly. And there is the secret of the share. She announced today that she'll tour North America next year. Nearly a decade after the farewell tour that she did, where she said, I was not going to tour anymore. They always lie. The Dress to Kill tour, as the new tour is known, is to launch March 22nd in Phoenix and run through July 11th in San Diego. This on the heels of the announcement that she's releasing a new studio album called Closer to the Truth. It's her first since Living Proof in 2001, and she collaborates with Pink and Jake Shears of the band Scissor Sisters. But nothing will ever be as good as I found someone to take away the heartache. Michael Marshall, please stop.
Yeah, we're begging you. That's enough of the Mikey or Ariel, whatever we want to call it.
Mikey Oki? That's a funny name, Mike. Do you know that? Thanks. So what do you think about Cher and her making a comeback? And is she going to look even like her anymore with the plastic surgery she tends to get? The picture they've been showing of her with blonde hair sitting on like a pillow a la Katy Perry when she was promoting that last album on satin sheets or what have you looks intriguing. Email me, mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. Also email me there if you would like to be a guest on the show or if you'd like to sponsor the show. And we read your comments on the section emails from email. That's mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. I also have this website thing called mikesdailypodcast.com, which is being promoted by the great people at fabagoo.com, the search engine to find things to do in the Bay Area. Go to fabagoo.com and you'll see my banner pop up for Mike's Daily Podcast. You can click on that. It'll take you to the website. And also at the website are links at mikesdailypodcast.com to where to find us on iTunes. Subscribe to us there, and you can rate and comment on the show. If you do that, more people will find out about us. There's also where to Yelp about the show. If you haven't Yelped about it, we've had one person Yelp about it. And if more people do, more people find out about the show that way. Also, there's the Twitter, the YouTube, the SoundCloud, the Spreaker, where to find us on all those, and Facebook. We got the Facebook page. Like the show on Facebook, and when you see me post a new show through Facebook, the Facebook page, share that with your friends so that more people find out about it. It's a way to get the word out about mikesdailypodcast.com. Although I hear some people still don't use Facebook, which I'm all about being independent and not going with all the lemmings of the world like myself. But still, Facebook has become more or less sort of the mail system. By mail, of course, I mean the postal system of the internet lately. And old, young are on it, although a lot of young people are starting to stray away from it. But it seems to be a good way to communicate with people. So maybe you should, at some point, join us here in 2013. Or not. Hey, just keep that aluminum helmet on your head. You'll be fine. And also check out the website wave106.com. That's where I do a daily morning show. It's on every day. Kind of like Mike's Daily Podcast. It's on every morning from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Pacific time. That's 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern. And that is where you can hear some great music, upbeat music to get you going through the day. And there's some stuff from the 80s, the 90s, the O's, and now. It's all right there at wave106.com. And the blog and the daily podcast picture is at mikesdailypodcast.com, as well as the Amazon deal of the day. Click on that and get a great discount on something. Buy something there, and we see a little bit of moolah at mikesdailypodcast.com.
Into an interview.
We're talking to Tim Crompton from the group The High Wire. I love their music, and I said I'm going to try and interview them. And I'm talking to Tim Crompton now, so I guess I'm interviewing them. Tim, I heard you recorded at the Beehive Studio, which is where Coldplay records?
Yeah, that's right. They've been sort of very, very sweet to us, letting us use that when they were sort of in downtime, not using it themselves. Like, they'd been really cool to us a few years ago and sort of taken us out on tour and always kind of kept us sort of, I don't know, like an older brother's kind of eye on us and checking that we're all right,
It's good to have an older brother like that.
But they're kind of I don't know if you've ever seen them in the flesh. They're actually like a really tall band. So they literally are like that. Not that we're tiny, but you can look up to them physically, and they kind of, they've just been very cool and encouraging to us, and sort of, they've been wicked. I
didn't realize they were all tall. Huh.
Yeah, they're a huge band. I don't know if many other bands could. I don't know who could beat them in a fight. I reckon. I don't know. I got like a celebrity sort of. Anyway, I think they would do well. Put it that way.
So, if anyone was thinking about trying to beat up Chris Martin, think twice.
I wouldn't want to try it.
It might be a dangerous proposition. So you actually have a song here. This is a fairly new one called "The Thames and the Tide." And
Yeah.
the Thames is that awesome river that goes through London, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Would you would you happen to know that or not? I don't know. Is it near you, where you are right now?
It's not near where I live, but it's obviously it's the main. I don't know. It's the main river through the centre of the city. So yeah. And it goes and I should have explained. And it goes where I grew up. It kind of that's where the river kind of comes from. So it was it's sort of somewhere that I kind of always been around.
Wow, you've been always near that river.
Yeah, like just sort of further, like it flows from west to east, and I grew up kind of west of London, and so it always seems like it was just like moving from there to the city, but you're just following the river further along. So it's kind of, I don't know. I don't mean that as a deeper metaphor for anything, but it was just something that I noticed was always there and constant.
And did you ever try and swim in it? I don't know if is it one of those rivers where you can actually.
Yeah, you can, like upstream. You can. I wouldn't really want to do it too much through the center of the city, but. Definitely upstream. Like people, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, totally. I haven't done it.
Are there leeches in it?
I don't think it's as dangerous as the Amazon or anything like that. There's nothing too scary. No piranhas. I think it would be fairly mild.
And this song is very soothing. The Thames and the Tide. So this was inspired by your childhood?
No, this was the final one that was written and recorded for the record we were doing, and I felt that a lot of the songs we were doing were, which was a conscious thing, but they were being quite sort of big and poppy, and I just wanted to do a song where I didn't overthink it, and it was just the first words that came out and the first chords that came out, and was really simple. And so it was. I guess that means the frame of mind I was in at the time was pretty chilled. But it was like an self-conscious song, just straight out there.
And so this is you with Alexia Hagen and Ross Forrest together. Yeah,
and then we had these. Yeah, that's the three of us singing, and then with these two incredible like soul gospel singers that came and sung with us on a lot of the songs. A girl called LaDonna and a guy called Nicky who sings beautiful falsetto on it.
Wow, very cool. Okay, wow. So let's listen to it now. The Thames and the Tide. It's the High Wire, and you can find out more about them at thehighwire.co.uk. The Thames and the Tide on Mike's Daily Podcast.
Good luck and good night. When you get up, I'll get the door. Now I know I can't hold off the fall for pride, the breath for the dive. Nothing to lose and nothing to gain. I'm caught and I'm cutting all ties. The surface of the corners are bright. The surface of the corners are bright. The surface of the corners are bright. Good night. When you get up, I'll get the door. Now I know I can't hold off the fall or pride, the breath or the die. Nothing to lose and nothing to gain. I'm caught and I'm cutting all ties. The surface of the corners are bright. The surface of the corners are bright. The surface of the corners are good.
is the group, the High Wire, and the Thames and the Tide as we go outside of the last place on earth where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley, California.
And here's today's podcast picture.
The picture is of Basil the Boxer running as fast as he can on the bay. He's actually talking to me now. He said, Mike, the bay was really shallow in that area, so it looks like I'm actually walking on top of the bay, but I'm not. Okay, thank you, Basil. And yes, it's a beautiful day in this picture. The sun is shimmering on the water, and we're over there at Heron Bay, which is in San Leandro on the East Bay side, so we're looking out over to the peninsula side, and it's a wonderful thing. Mike'sDailyPodcast.com.
Michael Matthew, I will never understand the iPhone. It is too confusing. Oh.
Well, they make it so that it's intuitive, so it's like user-friendly. So it's not supposed to be confusing. They're supposed to dumb it down to the lowest common denominator.
Michael Master, are you calling me a denominator?
I guess I was referring to you as a mathematical term.
Mike Matthews, you're very Mike Matthew-tical.
Wow, how are your joints feeling with that much stretching?
Huh?
Tomorrow we will bring you part 3 of the Into an Interview with Tim Crompton, the finale of my interview with him and the band The High Wire. Plus, we'll hear from Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman, and John Deere the Engineer.
That's enough of the Mikey karaoke stuff day.
Mikey Okie. Yeah, you know, sometimes I like to sing, and that's quite all right, I think. We all should be able to sing. And we all should be able to stick our fingers in our ears. Unfortunately, our ears don't have a type of thing like our eyes do where we can just shut them. So that's where the fingers come in handy. And if you don't have fingers, then yikes.
Mike, that's what trash can lids are for. Do you know that?
Oh, that's brilliant. Maybe you should work on my iPhone the next time it crashes.
I don't like computers that crash. They always leave a bunch of crumbs on the sofa.
Ah, my brain hurts. Do you know that?
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!